An internet legend tells us that you can summon a serial killer called Smiley. Many believe it's real and others that it's fake, but we're going to find out the truth. Subscribe to the channel and like the video or Smiley Berry for yourselves. We see Stacy, Mari's babysitter. She likes to connect to a page like Omegle, where she talks to strangers. Stacy tells her that she shouldn't expose herself to strangers, and she says, "Do you think anyone would send a smiley to me?" Stacy doesn't know what she's talking about. Smiley is a legend. You connect with a stranger and you write 3 times, "I did it for laughs," and then a man appears from behind with a knife to kill you. The question is, why do they call him Smiley? He sewed his eyes shut and carved a smile on his mouth. But this is just a legend. Nothing bad can happen. At night, Stacy thought it was a good idea to go online, and here she meets Crash. The two of them chat normally until Crash says that he has to kill her. She removes the tab and feels a presence, but when she goes to check it, she realizes that the door opened by itself, so nothing bad is going to happen. When she comes back, Crash writes 3 times, "I did it for laughs." You see, nothing happened. Now we're going to follow Ashley. She moved in with her new friend Proxy for college. At night, she goes to a party with strangers. There, she meets Zane, who looks at her books, and we realize that he believes in weird things, like Bigfoot. Then Ashley sees Binder and starts talking to him. But Zane and his friends come to bully him. Among them is Crash. They don't understand why he was kicked out, but they see that Crash is laughing because he's on Omegle. He writes 3 times, "I did it" to laugh, and we see what we saw before with Stacy. Don't write in the comments, "I did it for laughs," okay? Proxy explains the legend of Smiley but tells her not to worry because it must all be fake. In the end, everyone enjoys a brutal party, but the next day, Ashley doesn't wake up, and she goes to her first day of college, to Professor Clayton's class, which later on might be more important. At night, Proxy tells her that there is a new video, and we see that Smiley actually killed someone. The two of them still believe that it is fake. But to be sure, Proxy has the best idea. The two of them go on Omegle to check that it's all a joke. Ashley writes 3 times, "I did it for laughs," and nothing happens until... The two of them freak out because Smiley saw them, but Proxy tells her that he can't know where they are and that they shouldn't tell the police or anyone. The best thing is to think that this never happened. She then has a call with her dad, where we find out that her mom died a few months ago. Days later, Binder meets her in the library. She asks him if Smiley is real. Here we find out that he was kicked out of the party because he reported that group. After all, they were doing the Smiley thing. He believes that Smiley is real when people make him real, but it's just one of his theories, and he gives her his number. At night, the two of them go to another party. Ashley asks Zane and his friends if this is real, but they don't give it much thought until Zane realizes that she called Smiley, and he confesses that he did it too because he thought it was fake. Out of nowhere, she gets upset and decides to leave the party. Zane tells her that she can't leave alone because she doesn't know if Smiley is coming for the people who called him, but in the end, she doesn't care. She walks home alone, and everything is going well until she hears her name. She goes on a rampage, and Smiley chases her to kill her. She finally manages to get into her house, and when Smiley is about to kill her, she wakes up because it was all a dream. Ashley tells her that everything is real. That's why her shirt is torn. But Proxy thinks it was just a dream, because when she arrived, she found her in her bed. Then she goes to the doctor, and we learn that she was taking medicine before, because of her mother's death. She tells him that she feels scared because she did something wrong, but she doesn't think she did it, and she thinks that they are just very real dreams. The doctor tells her that it could be because of the trauma of her mother's death, and that it's very normal. In the end, she's happy because she realizes that it's just anxiety, but when she goes out, Proxy appears and tells her that there's another dead person. Then they go to Zane's house, he's scared, and got a gun. He's like this because the person they killed was Crash. They also realize that he doesn't go to school. He's a hacker. He's one of the few people in the whole world who can find out anything about anyone, but he has no idea what's going on. Now they think it's not a person, but something evil that's hunting them. When she gets home, she sees another person. But this was also a dream. Another day, Ashley starts researching Smiley, and she finds a video of Mari, where she says that her babysitter disappeared because of Smiley, but nobody believes her. And we also see Crash's death. While she does this, someone approaches her with a knife, but it's only Binder. She tells him that Smiley is real, but Binder tried it too, but nothing happened. This is because when you do this, you have to think that the person is going to die, and she freaks out again because she thinks Smiley is coming for her. Later on, she thinks the best idea is to go back to Omegle, where she meets Smiley. She wants to know what it is, and he tells her it's behind her, but when she turns around, it's just Proxy. She tells her not to do that, because she's just bringing him to them. Days later, she goes to find Professor Clayton. She asks him if evil exists, but he answers in a way that is difficult to understand, and it is not relevant to the story. In the end, he ends up saying, "I did it to laugh," and looks at her in a suspicious way. This makes Ashley scared, and she leaves. Later, she goes to the library and starts hearing Professor Clayton's voice. He tells her that he's in her head, and she turns around, and nothing happens. She does what anyone would do. She starts screwing her laptop until she destroys it. I would have closed it, but oh well. Then she's asleep, and everything is normal until Smiley stabs her, and she sees 5 of them around her. But this was also a dream. Ashley is still asleep, and we see if anyone is passing by. It's her mom waking her up. But now she wakes up, and it's Proxy who has blood on her nose because Ashley hit her. She no longer knows if this is real, or if she is going crazy and calls the police. At the station, she told them everything about Smiley. The detective does not believe a word she says. They've received several calls about Smiley but have never found a body. Their only evidence is that he's seen videos of people he doesn't know. They show Ashley the video of her killing her laptop and tell her they won't press charges for wasting their time. Damn, what a great offer. They didn't believe her and Proxy either. They think that whatever Smiley is, he's just messing with them. Later, Binder goes to her house, gives her a laptop, and they end up kissing. But Proxy interrupts everything. She tells her that she is going to stay with her parents for the weekend, and that if she needs her, she should call her on video call. At night, Proxy calls her. She tells her that she was going to make a video call with Zane, but he never showed up. So they think that Smiley had something to do with it, and Ashley is going to go look for him. On the way, she leaves a message for Binder to accompany her to get to Zane's house. But when she goes inside, she realizes that he is not there. She picks up a lamp and sees that on the wall is written, "I did it for laughs." And everything goes well until she finds Zane's body. On the screens, Smiley is saying her name. She storms off and calls the detective, but he still doesn't believe her and hangs up. Then she goes back to her house. She tells Proxy that Zane is dead, but it's time to end this. She wants to summon him to finish him off and forces Proxy to type, "I did it for laughs." Ashley is ready for the final battle. At that moment, someone is to open her door and she shoots. But she realizes that she shot Binder. She tells him that he will be fine, but Smiley arrives to kill him. Ashley locks herself in, but Smiley arrives from the other side. She is now waiting for him in her room, but he is there waiting for her, and she realizes that she has no more bullets. When we think that nothing worse can happen, 2 more Smiley arrive, and the only option she has is to jump outside. Except Ashley died. Here we get the most brutal revelation of the movie. The 3 Smileys laugh, and we see that it was Zane and his friends in disguise. There was Stacy too. All those hallucinations were planned by them. And do you want to know something more brutal? Proxy was their accomplice, and so was Binder. They're all a bunch of hackers, and they don't really explain why they did all this. Nothing makes sense. They know Smiley will never die. Smiley can be whoever and wherever he is. He's going to be an icon that everyone knows. The first viral serial killer. Eventually, everyone leaves. But Zane stays talking to Proxy. She doesn't know why he's doing this. Zane knows why he did it. He writes 3 times "I did it" to laugh as a joke. At that moment, Smiley already kills Proxy. Zane doesn't know what's going on. Smiley does exist. That's how Smiley ends.